What you want wants you. Hey everyone, my name is Kyle. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a lovely day. So today's video, I'm sharing with you another Abraham Hicks message. And I specifically chose this message because I know this message is really going to help you out with, overcoming limiting beliefs and to really remind yourself of your wonderful superpowers and what you are capable of is out of this world, and that you are able to achieve anything you want and to manifest any desire that you decide to choose for yourself. And I'm just gonna remind you by sharing this message with you because when I was on my law of attraction journey like 8 years ago, I was reading the book from Abraham Hicks called Ask and It's Given. It's actually behind me. My head's kind of just blocking it at the moment. And Abraham Hicks talks about your desires, and when you have a desire and you would like to have it, the universe also wants you to have it. And it kind of has these limiting beliefs that kind of that you somehow create for yourself that stop you from getting that desire. So this message is really going to help you out, and this is the message.
We really want you to feel with us that where you stand, we're putting you here, and out here is this cone of consciousness that's all focused and flowing to you, that is aware of you and knowing of you and thinking about you and focused with you. If you just acknowledge that Source is involved with you in everything, all of you have the ability to get into vibrational alignment with who you are. Every single one of you has an inner being who has an inner being who has an inner being who has an inner being. In other words, you are all so well connected. You all have so much attention and interest upon who you are right now, and where you are, and the relationship between where you are and where you want to be. And so it's just a matter of you choosing something that matters to you. But the selection is, it matters enough that you're interested and will do it, but not so much that you'll shoot yourself in your foot with doubt. You have to sort of find that balance. This is something that I want to experience, that when it happens, it will give me enough exhilaration to let me know. It will be a condition that happens that will maybe cause some momentum, but it isn't something that's so far out that my doubt will keep it from coming about now. And so life can be so sweet for you as you just allow the universe to demonstrate to you these things, how important you are, how brilliant you are, how worthy you are, how in alignment or not you are. Don't you really want to get actively connected to your own guidance? And the way you do it is just by deciding to do some of these things and let your inner being guide you to it. We would encourage all of you to play a game. Make a list of 4 or 5 things, as long as you want, but 4 or 5 is enough, of something that you would be interested in seeing, that you aren't worried about not seeing. Esther and friends made a list of 20 things, and then they got in a car and roamed around, and within about 4 hours, everything on the list had shown itself to them in some sort of remarkable way. It's a really fun game to play. But it has to be something that you care about and not something that you're worried about. And watch how responsive the universe is to you. Esther has no inside track on non-physical energies. You all have access to all of this, you see. It's just a matter of asking and meaning it, and then getting into the receptive mode, and then doing that enough that you believe in your ability to do it.
So, what did you guys think of this Abraham Hicks message? Wasn't it so wonderful? Wasn't it so refreshing to kind of get reminded of your superpowers and your capabilities in life, and that you can have anything that you desire? I think sometimes with life we get so bogged down with life, and sometimes life can be a little bit chaotic at sometimes, and a lot. I feel like life goes in ebbs and flows, and so we kind of get lost in translation of ourselves, and that we can have everything that we want. We can desire. We can have anything that we want. We can do whatever we want. And I think that when I was going through my law of attraction journey, and that message resonated, at first the message didn't really resonate well with me as I was first reading law of attraction, because I didn't really know how powerful that statement was. But I reread the book lots of times, and once I reread the book again, that specific message really stood out for me, because it really reminded me of my superpowers, it also I was able to kind of be consciously aware of my limiting beliefs, because I know I wanted to accomplish this, or I wanted these wonderful things in my life, but somehow something was stopping me, and it was those limiting beliefs, those nasty limiting beliefs. And like, these limiting beliefs are just these false stories that we constantly tell ourselves, that whether we're not good enough, or we can't have this, da 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 da. And it's these things that the ego creates out of nowhere to kind of protect you from getting those certain things, because the ego's only job is to protect your survival. And so it doesn't know any better. So, but the ego sometimes can get in the way of our desires and our manifestations and our goals, and stopping from us, and kind of suppressing our superpowers and our capabilities, and manifesting our desires. And so I noticed this belief in some of my friends, and I try and shake them and give them some wonderful encouragement. And I tell them that specifically, what you want for your desires also wants you. Because, like I say in all my videos, that the universe is always reflecting back what's in of what you are feeling inside. And so a lot of times with our desires, that it's more the emotion and energy that we're kind of after, more than the material thing. Like, the material thing will bring this X amount of this emotion that we're afterwards. And so I always tell them that you are capable of that. You have to believe in yourself. You have to act like you already have it right now, because the emotions are the exact same, whether you have that belief, or whenever you have that desire, or not. And so when they do that, they can kind of recognize their limiting beliefs, and they're a lot kinder to themselves. And so I think when I even look back at myself, and when I even think about some of my friends that have these limiting beliefs, and they might be the same beliefs that you guys might have at the moment, where you think that you're not enough, or you're not capable of manifesting a partner, or having this career promotion, or you want to change jobs and you don't think you're qualified for it. Whatever it is, you can have that. And I think sometimes those limiting beliefs come in that maybe you weren't aware of, that kind of stops you from growing and getting that desire, is that sometimes maybe the desire is like too big, whereas it's not too big as in the sense that you can't accomplish it. But I think sometimes if it is a little too big, and it kind of, a lot of doubt and fear could creep in, and that's what stops you from getting to where you want to go. And so what really helped me out, and I think this will help you out, overcome and maybe not get a lot more doubt, or self-doubt, or fear coming into your desires, and kind of so that will help you manifest whatever you want in your life, is to kind of break down that desire. So what I want you to do is, I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, or you can even do it on your phone, whatever you like, on I know on the Apple phone they have the Notes app. And so what I want you to do is, I want you to write like 4 big goals you want to accomplish, or you can even just start with one. And with that one goal, I want you to really break down into small micro goals. And what this is going to do is, it's going to alleviate kind of that stress and that bigness, or that vastness of this desire, and really break it down into manageable chunks that you can do every single day to accomplish that desire. Because once we, tackle those small goals, and, take that small action every single day, then it will lead up into that big desire. And before you know it, you're going to be able to manifest that desire into your life, because you've broken it down into smaller steps. And so when you do that, you can kind of craft like your journey to that desire. Because I also say, and I really believe this as well, that the journey is more important and more fun than when you get the desire. Because once you have the desire, you're kind of on to the next thing into your life. And so the journey is where all the fun is. And so if we can really break down that big desire into smaller chunks, then we're able to kind of tackle it more. We're able to, reduce or even eliminate all self-doubt or fear around that desire and even remove resistance around the desire. And really, resistance is kind of like, if you really think about it, is it's like this weird energy that kind of stops you from doing something, and it kind of grips you and you're kind of frozen and you're overthinking a lot of things, and or you're in like an analysis paralysis, or you have a lot of like imposter syndrome because you don't know what to do and you're hedging your bets, or you're just like locked, and mentally and physically you don't know what to do and or say, or all of a sudden this thought comes up and you're like, oh, I can't get this promotion because this person at the job is so much better for it. And or maybe you want to apply for a different job but you're thinking, I'm not qualified for it, but I really think it'd be great. But then you come up with all these reasons on why you can't do something. That's the resistance that you're holding on to, and then you're just kind of in this negative momentum of energy, and you're like spiraling down, where you're and then you're kind of getting taken over by your limiting beliefs about yourself. So when I break down all my desires into small manageable chunks, I can see the path forward. I can see how I can accomplish this desire and manifest it into my life. I also want to emphasize that when we're breaking down our desire into manageable chunks, we are not trying to control how the desire is coming to us. When we are asking for our desires, we are going to get that desires, because what we want from our desires is what we're going to get. And so because the universe wants what we want. And so when we've asked for it, now we're just going to live our life. We're going to take action. We're going to put energy into it. But we're not going to control how this is going to come to be, because when I think back to all the desires I've had and wanted for my life, it's happened so unexpectedly. I wouldn't even imagine this happening to me, because you would think it would happen this way, but it actually happens a totally different thing that you've never thought of before. So when we've just broken it down, it's just kind of on paper, it's just kind of to alleviate any stress around the desire, and eliminate self-doubt and fear. But we're not in the moment and anything like that. We're not controlling how it's going to be for us. We're just kind of having fun. We're having an abundant mindset, which is very important as well, and just having fun and living life to the fullest, and being cheery, being happy, and feeling accomplished that we're tackling these little goals every day. It doesn't have to be these big goals all the time. It could just be something small. And but yeah, this just wraps up this video. I really hope that this Abraham Hicks message really resonated with you, and my personal opinions about this message also helped you with this message, and because I know that this message really means a lot to me, and I know that and it really helped me out a lot. So I know that this message is really gonna help you guys out so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I sincerely appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button. Follow me on my social medias. They'll be linked in the description box down below. I also have a website called manifestingmasterymindset.com. You can go check that out as well. I have really cool resources over there. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Bye!